Good morning, scholars. Day 168. We are still talking about measurement, but today we're going to be talking about finding the capacity of an object. Capacity is how much an object can hold. So when we're talking about how much something can hold, we think of capacity in terms of milliliters, liters, and kiloliters. A milliliter is about one spoonful. So if you think about a spoonful of something, that's generally a milliliter. A liter, if you think about a Gatorade bottle is generally about a liter. And then a kiloliter, if you think about those tiny swimming pools that people buy and fill up for their kids to play in the yard, that's about a kiloliter. So that's our frame of reference. Milliliter being about a spoonful, liter being about a Gatorade bottle, and kiloliters being about the size of a kiddie pool. So using those three, that is what we are going to use to answer questions about the capacity. As always, our criteria for success, you need to ask yourself, what is this something that I could use a spoonful to measure, a Gatorade bottle to measure, or like a kiddie pool, thinking about the size or how much liquid that could hold. So you're going to watch me go through some examples, and then you're going to use the same steps when it's your turn. So it says water in a swimming pool. So if I think about a swimming pool is pretty big. It has to be big so that people can swim in it. I don't know if I'm going to spend my time filling up a swimming pool with a little spoon. So milliliters, that just doesn't sound right. Gatorade bottle. If I think about a swimming pool goes up to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 feet of water. That's a lot of water. And to think about filling that up with a Gatorade bottle or just like over and over again, that's going to be a lot of Gatorade bottles to pour into that pool. That doesn't make sense. A kiddie pool. I know it still says pool, but that's not why kiddie pool is the best choice. Kiddie pool is the best choice because it's a kiloliter. A kiloliter is about how much water could fit into that kiddie pool. And if I think about it, if I'm trying to fill up a bigger swimming pool, I'm going to want to pour a lot of those kiddie pools into the big pool. It's going to take me less time to do that. Therefore, I'm going to choose kiloliter for this answer. So, water in a swimming pool, we would fill that up and measure it using kiloliters. A cup of coffee. So if you think about a cup of coffee, a cup is just, we know what a cup is. A kiddie pool, that's way too much. That's too much. A Gatorade bottle. A Gatorade bottle is kind of too big to pour inside of a cup. If you think about it, if I try to pour a Gatorade bottle into a cup, a lot of it is going to spill out. A spoonful is small enough that I could pour multiple spoonfuls into the cup and it wouldn't run over. I'm going to choose milliliter for this cup of coffee. Paint in a cup, same thing. If I'm pouring something inside of a cup, I know it can't be a kiloliter, that's too much. A Gatorade bottle is also too much. A spoonful or a milliliter is right because that way I can pour in the liquid without it flowing over the cup and making a mess. So I'm going to put milliliter for paint in a cup. And then the last one, water in a fish tank. So if you think about a fish tank, it has to be big enough for your fish to swim around. Not too big, like a kiddie pool, that would be way too much. A kiloliter is too much. A milliliter, that's too small. A fish tank has to have enough water so that the fish can swim around. So I'm going to go with liter. Think about pouring multiple bottles of liquid out of that Gatorade bottle into your fish tank. That's going to give my fish enough water to be able to swim around. So measuring the capacity. Capacity is how much something can hold. We can use milliliter. Think about that as a spoonful of something. We can use a Gatorade bottle to reference. That's a liter. And then if you think about that kiddie pool that you see out in people's yards during the summertime, that's about a kiloliter. You are going to go through the next examples and decide, are you using milliliter, liter, or kiloliter to fill up these items to measure the capacity. You're going to practice, 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 practice until it's time for your exit ticket. You're going to use the same strategy you used to practice on your exit ticket. As always, if you have questions, please make sure you email or message me on Google Classroom. I am here to help you. All right, let's get to figuring out the capacity of these different objects.